Wow, we are counting down to Christmas 2023, just like yesterday, November started, and before you know it, the months will be done and dusted. You want to say we are almost midway as we speak, but in just a couple of weeks, it will be Christmas officially for 2023. Family Platform is planning something very, very interesting, a special Christmas package, special build up to Christmas edition. We would be looking at this and more, hopefully, in subsequent editions of the show. My name is Matt, and Chooks is in the studio, and we are back officially for another exciting episode of FP on your TV. We'll be looking at what's trending, stories making the rounds, some very bizarre stories, and some very, very interesting stories. You know now on social media, plenty of talks. We'll also be talking something very interesting on the inside segment for today. So it promises to be an exciting package. First, let's serve you the glees, help you ease your stress with some laughter. And when we return, you will be seeing Chooks with a shiny.
Man, are they happy to be here? You don't say what crack joke. Oh. They don't say, who love me there? This country will surprise you. Everything surprise. The last time they bring me come Abuja for one big birthday. There are women they run this country. They invite me for big birthday. Say you will want it to be a surprise to her. You will just enter. So just as if they tell me, say, I'm not going to introduce you, I'll just say, needs no introduction. I say, I beg, introduce me. He say no. But when I not for my hand, thank you. That birthday, when I reach there, I enter, boy, the girl, they look me, and they look at she, they look at me. She come and ask her friends, who is he? From that day, I said, no more surprise, oh, I beg. Powerful small girl like this. They ask her whether her boyfriend or man friend, man, don't you know him? It's funny comedian. What does he do? He say, he crack joke. She say, you crack joke? I call they look this girl, they look my career. They look this girl. I say, yes, I crack joke. She say, crack. I call the crack joke. Oh. So you see, anything surprise, I know they. I bet when Malike come to the moon, I hate when my body sweet for the performance. I know you will enjoy the songs you know that you have loved him for, but the ones who don't know, Mona hail him so that my balance will come out. And my ticket now one way buy. That is my biggest worry now. One way ticket. So he was like, this show, Abuja go turn up, we'll get nice time. I say, sure, we'll come. Now fear let me come the show because the fear Maliki normally. But we're here now. We'll go run out. These days I don't know waiting to talk because everything and everybody is very sensitive now. They'll crack joke about one thing, they'll shout for you. Last December for Abuja, one girl for show, I say Abuja, December for Lagos, show one start. Me, Neo, as a Neo American artist, so Flavor, Simi, and Chike, the 5 of us, December 21st, special show. You know, say, my friends, they call me, they ask me, say, Buffy, when that Neo show they start? I say, no, now our show. They say, but when it start? I say, why? They say, just tell us. I say, now my show, come. They say, okay, that your show where Neo they do. Do you know that we reach venue that day? One small girl still come meet me, say, please, when is Neo going on stage? I say, why don't you just enter and enjoy the whole show? She say, it's him I came to see, not you. I can't say, okay, my dear, don't worry. As a beautiful young girl. She said, please don't address me like that. You are gender coding. I don't hear that phrase before. Gender coding. I said, what? She said, why do you assume I'm a girl? I said, sorry, your Bobby, wait. She said, no, that's gender coding. You can't, I can be whatever I want to be. I said, wait, are you transgender? She said, no. I am whatever I want to be. You will address me as X. I can choose to be a boy. I can identify as a man. I can identify as a girl. I can identify as X. I said, so if I want to say she or he, she said, you will say it or them. I said, okay, when are you going to identify as a boy next? She said, why are you asking? I said, I want to slap you. Yes. The world don't craze. This thing when they talk here, they laugh. Not be joke. Everybody gets rights now. Everybody. And even small children now come, they boast. They get mind. My small son, 12 years, he don't get mind. He just go boarding house, come, first holiday. They tell me, Dad, I have an opinion. You can't talk to me like that. I have an opinion. I got to look and say, when he shouts, finish shout, 12 years. If I talk to my papa at 12, I for not day here today. Now for just say I get one guy, they say the guy will get bright future. You know, he's sleeping, not wake. My son, they rake, Daddy, you can't talk to me like that. I can't say, how I want it. If the more I try to talk, the more they stop me. I can't look calm. Quiet. I say, do you know where you came from? He said, how? I'm from this family. I said, do you know where you came from? Exactly. He said, no. I said, here. You were liquid. You were liquid. You could have been on the floor.
Yes, you can get enough of laughter. It is good for your health. Laughter, comedy. Yes, that's exactly what the industry does for you. Nigeria on top. Be it comedy, be it music, be it movies. Nigeria on top. I'm not alone in the studio. Chooks is there. Officially, Chooks, you are welcome to FP.
Thank you, Matthew. Great to be here.
And today we're starting with not the palatable story on the teacher precisely in Ogun State that was caught after he raped 2 young girls. And he said the wife left him, and as a result of that depression, and he was lonely, that was how he became a serial rapist.
I don't want to believe that his story.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Yeah.
And it's not an excuse. That your wife left you is not enough for you to go about raping girls. It is very, very wrong. Like I always say on this platform, rape of any sort is unacceptable.
Sure.
Absolutely unacceptable. Now your wife leaves you. You could get another wife. You could get a girlfriend. And he's not a jobless man. He's a teacher, a math teacher for that matter. And this fellow should be a role model.
Absolutely. Let me also come in here. Let me also come in here. While this story was trending on social media, there are several of his pupils in the past who were also able to corroborate the act. This teacher is known for, he has slept with so many girls in our class. Some persons, even the guys, would come as, this one, he toasted anybody. He threw advances at anybody. So it is something that has been a part of him. And there is something most of his former students also said, that he is very, very good at what he does. Teaching. That he takes maths, he takes chemistry, he takes physics.
Yes, there's no doubt he's an intelligent young man. But being intelligent does not preclude you being irresponsible. I mean, for past students to come out and say he's been doing this for a while, then it is. In fact, while he was raped 2 girls within a space of 24 hours, he's just a sex maniac, if you ask me.
Wow. Because
while the second act was ongoing, they went to his house and he refused to open the door. They had to use his landlord to open the place. They caught him right in the act. And the other girl was just screaming and begging.
Wow.
You know? And then he told the girl, if you don't this, I will kill you and stuff like that.
I think the young man definitely, if you can do the crime, you will do the time.
Absolutely.
And away from the serial rapist, let's head up straight to one that many Nigerians celebrated, but now we are saying Ida Basi would continue to be remembered as a one-time Guinness World Record holder. But she said she would always be a record holder as long as she was able to achieve it. But Irish chef Ilan Fisher is officially the record holder for the longest cooking time, or cooking marathon, or what they call
the longest holder. If I has 24 hours gap. So that's a lot of it. And it's not just about cooking, even baking. He broke a second record while doing that.
Wow.
So he has 2 records to his name as we speak. But that doesn't take away from what Hilda was able to achieve. Okay, Hilda would continue to be our woman when it comes to cooking, when it comes to keeping a record, the world record thing. Absolutely. And records are there to be broken.
Absolutely.
Records are there to be broken.
But the idea,
remember the likes of, what's his name? Yes. The sprinter.
Usain Bolt?
Before Usain Bolt, there was this guy, Carl Lewis. Yes. He held it on for so long.
Yes,
and Usain Bolt came and shattered it.
Yes,
and kept going on.
As we speak, no one has been able to
shatter that of Usain Bolt. But I assure you, 5-10 years from now, somebody would come up and still break those records.
Yes.
So records are there to be broken, really.
Yes.
It's just that at your time, give your best.
Yes. And away from Hilda Baci, let's head up straight to some acts of deceit that wants to erode acts of benevolence. Let's see how this will go. A young person was found on the street of Lagos hawking water. She happens to be one who is not physically complete. Let me use that word. And Brain Jotter saw her. Let me use her for now. And gave her 400,000 and said, no, we want you to leave this. And at that time, she said, she said that she was into makeup and other stuff. She was supported. But lo and behold, we got to realize that the young girl who claims to be a girl at that time happens to be a guy. Chooks, let me bring you into this. Davido also took it upon himself, called upon the governor of Osun State, and later they discovered that he was a guy posting to be a girl.
You see, this is fraud.
Yes.
It's fraud.
And it sounded like a girl. The
thing is this. No, Davido actually reached out to Brain Jotter,
yes,
and was thanking him for doing something nice. Because whilst Brain Jotter was interviewing her,
yes,
she said she's from Osun State.
Osun State, yes.
So when they discovered, okay, Brain Jotter is doing something good for an Osun person,
yes,
Davido jumped on it.
Oh, yes.
I was like, Brain Jotter, thanks for this. I'm going to do this, and then I'll get my uncle, who happens to be the governor of our state, so that we can rehabilitate her a bit more properly and all of that. In the course of that, they now discovered that this girl is a fraud. It's actually a guy. Now, no doubt that she has one badly twisted arm.
Yes.
But that's not enough for you to be disguising as a girl when you're in fact a boy. Perhaps he felt, okay, people would find it, their subtle place will be played out if I'm a girl.
Yes.
And that's why he had to do that. But it's not right. You don't deceive people. Now, that's coming from a place of deceit.
Sure.
And secondly, it's let me continue to use the word he now. He's actually been doing this for some time, because some people actually contributed 600,000 to this particular guy in time past, thinking he was a girl. So this is the second or third time he's duping people. He's just a fraud.
Absolutely.
He's just a fraud.
And some persons were also calling out the video on social media that even if he's a boy, can't he be supported? But the act of deceit,
that's just where the problem is.
The act of deceit alone is a no-no.
And
is a no-no.
The fact that it's not the first time.
Yes.
Neither is it the second time, but the third time he's doing this. It's not enough for anybody. If you put 2 million in that fellow, it will go down the drain.
It will go down the drain. Over 14,000 Nigerians are spotted for deportation from Germany as a result of them not having the required documentation. And the German ambassador to Nigeria visited President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and they both had a jojo over this. And they said there seems to be no compromise, that over 14,000 Nigerians in Germany might just be on their way back home anytime soon.
On their way home anytime soon.
Let them come and celebrate Christmas.
They should come back and celebrate Christmas. It's okay. They should come back. But it's not wrong for you to go to a person's country and live illegally.
Sure.
It is not right at all. It's very, very wrong. It's only here that we permit things like that. You see people come from Niger, they become Nigerians. They come from Togo, they are Nigerians. They're even quarreling with you, dragging the land with you. But out there, people are well documented. If you're a German, they know who you are. They know where you stay. You're documented. Absolutely. Unlike our place where our borders are so porous. Anybody can come in and claim to be a Nigerian. We don't even know who we are anymore. So they should come home.
Absolutely. And finally, on what's trending, social media was also awash in the course of the week with the demise of Brazilian music star Dylan Morris, who passed on after he was bitten by a spider. And so persons spider started trending on social media. People started showing all forms of spider that are very common in Brazil, that there are deadly spiders in Brazil, and he happens not to be the first person that will fall victim to this. But for a celebrity, you expect that his environment will be cush enough not to have all those kind of reptiles and insects.
Well, Matt, when it comes to insects, they would always find their
way into your space.
No matter how no matter how clean, no matter how, they would always find their way into your space. That's how nature has made them.
Yes.
So it now behoves you to be careful and know how to handle them.
Sure.
But unfortunately, I didn't know spiders bite. I didn't even know they had teeth.
Wow.
Dangerous. It was so strange, honestly. I thought they sting, and then they transfer their venom or something.
Yes.
So, but it's a sad one though. The guy's just 24, young man. It's sad. It's sad. And then I think his stepson or something, or stepdaughter, too, is lying critical in the hospital. So she was bitten in the leg.
Wow.
So, and she's 18. I don't know. It's a sad one.
Wow. We hope, we pray that God consoles the family. That's all on what's trending. We'll take a quotable quote for the week at this time, and when we return, it will be the food and nutrition segment of the show, and Chuks got something very special on today's package. It's the family platform. Yes, you are welcome back. An interesting quotable quote for the week. You want to say an amazing focus, if you ask me. We continue to put these out there, and we hope that you get to look at some of these and begin to have some level of reflection on how it can truly impact your everyday life. It is officially the health and nutrition segments of the show, and Chuks is talking about something special today, and you want to stick around.
Oh yeah, Matthew, I'm talking about something special today, and we're focusing on blood pressure. Blood pressure. Now, blood pressure, what's blood pressure really? Blood pressure, I think it's when your blood begins to pump faster or higher than it should.
It should, yeah.
And then it means that there's too much pressure to the artery.
Yes.
You know. So, but we have a few things here that can help us with, you know, toning it down and living lifestyle that can help you to, you know, live free of high blood pressure. We have this one. It says loss of extra pound and watch your waistline. Exercise regularly. Now, when we talk about exercising regularly, it doesn't mean you have to jump into the gym.
Sure.
You can do your exercise within your home, and you can just take some long walk, and that's good, particularly for those who are older. Yeah, because you can't expect a 50-year-old person to go gymming and carrying a dumbbell. That would be crazy. All right, and then this third one is eat a healthy diet, reduce, you know, salt intake, limit alcohol intake. Yep. Limitation of your alcohol intake is very important. In fact, for your heart and the rest of lively, good living, quit smoking. Absolutely. In fact, I agree with this one completely. Smoking isn't good for anybody's health at all, whether for blood pressure or otherwise. It isn't good. Now, get a good night's sleep. Sleep well. Reduce stress. Work less. Think less. And move on. Now, monitor your blood pressure at home and get regular checkups. Now, this is very important. You see, blood pressure it has no symptoms.
Yes.
There are no symptoms whatsoever, and which is why it's very dangerous. And that's why it could just kill without notice. So what we need to do is ensure that we have the testing machine and we check regularly because there are no symptoms. That's the only way you can know if it's high or low. Okay. Yep. Then let's get on to the next one. 10, get support. Well, I want to talk about the low aspect of it.
Yes.
We're done talking about the high one. The low one is even more dangerous than the high one.
Wow.
Because the low one, there's no drug you could use to
boost it.
But the high one, you could just drop 1 or 2 drugs and then you go lie down and it's okay. You're getting better. You could rest and it's okay. But the low one is more dangerous because there's nothing to boost it back to where it should be.
Wow.
So that's we call diastolic and systolic and diastolic.
Wow.
So the diastolic is even more dangerous. So please let's watch it.
Absolutely.
We have something to take care of the high type, but the low blood pressure, I think that's called this one is hypothermia, hypertension. The other one is hypotension. So let's work on it.
Wow. Chuks just give us an insight to what we need to do to control our blood pressure. Imperative, if you ask me, and we must take these things very, very seriously. We are taking our song for the weekend. When we return, it will be officially the inside segment for the show. And today we're discussing infidelity. Stick around. Yes, you are welcome back. Officially the inside segment of the show. Today we're discussing infidelity in marriage. It's becoming an everyday discussion these days in our lives, in our environments, in several communities. There's one talk of infidelity or the other. Chuks is here. Chuks.
Matthew, I'm here, Jerry. This infidelity matter, it don't tire me. It's become a sore thumb. It's always sticking out. Sticking out. And the way you say infidelity.
There must be emphasis.
You emphasize
There must be emphasis because it is enormous. It is enormous. Because these days, we realize that so many marriages are struggling because it's either the man is cheating, the man is a serial cheater, or she's a serial cheat, or the woman is also trying to pay the man back because the man cheated at some point. So you want to begin
or the woman actually went out there to just cheat.
So you want
sometimes it's not the men that go first to do these things. These days, women have become so brazen that they just take the bull by the horn and they go cheat. And it's so sad.
But to be candid, once a woman cheats in marriage, I think she automatically says she's no longer interested in the man.
But once a man cheats in the marriage, he's still interested in the marriage.
Yes, but let's look at some of the causes. That's exactly. We just don't want to discuss this randomly. We want to look at some of the possible reasons why people cheat in marriages. One, conversation, lack of conversation. You understand? Conversation, people think intimacy in marriages is more about when you lie down together or when you guys are into each other, maybe sexual intercourse or no. Intimacy in marriages is far beyond that. Conversation, as simple as conversation, having a healthy conversation, sit down and talk about how the day went, talk about how your business is going, talk about happenings in your offices, in your place of work, and the woman also get to share her own story of how her day went. Maybe when you guys reunite after the very busy hustle and bustle, this little conversation goes a long way. There is a particular happenings in your community and you and your wife get to have maybe a judge or get to talk about it. That is one. I think these are some of the major reasons why people get to go out to cheat, and not to forget the issue of finance. When there are challenges of finance in the home, the man is unable to provide as much as he could, and the woman is also struggling to make ends meet. This also opens doors for some acts of infidelity, especially when some very irresponsible men are out there and are willing to begin to give some subtle support to her with strings attached. And
Matthew, let's not forget addiction.
Yes.
Addiction too is a big one.
Yes.
Some persons are addicted to sex that they can't be satisfied with one partner.
Okay.
And some people are addicted to alcohol. It would lead them to the next one.
Okay.
Some are addicted to partying. It will lead them to the next one.
Wow.
So sometimes addiction too can be added. So it means then that people need to, particularly for those who are addicts,
Yes.
they need to get into rehabilitation.
Absolutely.
And begin to work on, like you said, communication and finances and all of that. Yeah, it means then that, okay.
Funny enough, you look at some of these things and you say they are very trivial. They are things that people can easily settle. But if I tell you, families, marriages have gone their separate paths because of issues like this. So communication is very, very key in marriages. There is nothing communications really can get solved. That's the size of the show for today. We hope you enjoy the inside segment, and Chooks, we want to appreciate you so much because you did justice to almost everything we spoke about.
Thanks, Marty.
With your very shining top.
My Michael Jackson top.
Yes, interesting. That's a package for today. Let's do it again next week. I remain Matt. Remember, we're counting down to a very, very interesting Christmas edition of Family Platform. Bye for now.